No. Yeah. Come on in. Come on in. What exactly are all of you doing here?
Your mama. Perfect timing.
Many of you are taking pictures of our murals. You're recording the train. Kissing the tree. Upset about the skeleton. It's not here any longer.
Oh.
Thank you.
All right, we're in. Girls ready to start to cook up, so he's gonna look at Josh. Thank you. I just want to thank you. I just want to thank you. I just want to thank you. Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha. Parama, Sri Ganesha, Sri Ganesha, Sri Ganesha. Parama, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha. Parama, Sri Ganesha, Sri Ganesha, Sri Ganesha, Rama, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Rama, Sri Ganesha, Sri Ganesha, Sri Ganesha, Shema. Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Parama, Sri Ganesha, Sri Ganesha, Sri Ganesha, Maxima, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Parama, Sri Ganesha, Sri Ganesha, Sri Ganesha, Maxima. Thank you. I just want to thank you.
I just wanna thank you. I just wanna thank you. So that's the first thing I want to say. Thank you. And having a lot of you share stories about how you came here, different experiences that you've had here. And I know that if we all share them, we'll be here till next week. Will be fine with me. My grandson actually said to me the other day, he was helping me out pull some good stuff out of here. He said, you know, you could actually sleep back there. And I'm like, there's no doubt. But I would like intermediate and enter something that we're going to be chanting with my glorious, I love you too, my daughter-in-law and son, which, by the way, might have been the greatest achievement we have. I'm not sure. The best part was that some of you know, if you don't, the Veronica channels. And at one point, when Josh was having a reading with her and was asking about, you know, a mate for life, she said she lives around here and someone knows her. I guess that someone was me. So I would like for like a story or how they found here or something that they want to share. And again, make sure you keep it very short and sweet. Who would like to start? All right.
Okay, there's two stories. The first one was I lived in New Hampshire for years, had done a lot of private yoga with a wonderful teacher. Came here and tried all the yoga places around here. I felt like it was so distant from spirituality and community. So I came here and I was out there talking, and I said, Cheryl, I don't know about this place, but I heard about it from Krishna, and I'm really psyched. And Nancy and Lisa were outside. And we did a whole yoga class. It was wonderful. And Shavasana came, and Lisa reached out and held my hand.
Yeah.
All Shavasana, and I was like, oh. So.
Well, she did you too, huh?
Actually, predated you two was these two. All right.
Can I go?
Yeah.
So the first time I came here, like 13, 14 years ago, and there was a detour, and it was before Blaze and all that stuff. So I got really, really lost. I showed up 20 minutes late for Cheryl's class, and Neil was working the front desk, and I'm like, oh, can I, like, yeah, just go in and fine. And she was very welcoming and very kind. And I felt badly, and I left class feeling like, oh, I was the person that showed up late, and Neil looked at me and said, "It's okay, it's a test of the heart." And I felt like it was home.
Yeah. So I, somehow in my mind, I didn't even know what yoga was in like 2007. I asked someone, and you did yoga. I said, where is this place that I can go? And they wrote it on this little tiny piece of paper, Naturally Yoga Cheryl. Okay. So I walked in, and immediately, as soon as I walked in the door, I was like, I'm home. Like, I don't even know what, I'm like, I can't believe this. Like, I don't know what's happening. And very shortly after, I was like consumed by the idea, I gotta do a teacher training. And I tried to say, no, you don't. You just finished school, like 10 years of school. I gotta do a teacher training. So anyway, did that. But backing up, I didn't even know what meditation was. I went to my first meditation and I was choking. I couldn't breathe. I thought I was gonna die. Carol came into the bathroom. I said, oh my God, it was the worst experience of my life. I couldn't swallow and choking. She goes, yep, you're exactly where you need to be.
I'll tell my story. It was 1998 when Hannah was 8 and my daughter was 9. And they were on the indoor soccer team together. And I called to leave a message about something. And it said, this is before internet or anything. And it's well, me not internet. And it was, if you want natural yoga, press 1. If you want, then I went through the whole thing. Yoga. They were still in the Unitarian Church, and then all over the place. Here we are. My daughter is 34 now. 32 years old.
Over 22 years later.
Oh, way over. 25 or
I was saying Bob was probably the only one here that I think he's the only one that came with me from the Unitarian. At least it's here
Wow.
today. Janet Patrick is another one.
No, I started to too.
Yeah. And what? Oh, you were at the Unitarian too. Okay. So
I
can't be that bad. Did everybody get one? No? No?
Okay.
So
I came here after trying lots of different yoga studios and 21 years ago, so not quite the whole 22, but a year after. And I really think Cheryl changed my life. Like, I was a film producer when I met her, and then in 2008 decided to go through the teacher training, which caused me to change my whole career path and go back to school and become a therapist. And really, I hold that decision in my heart with you to help support me all these years. And whenever I teach my clients how to find their inner safe place, I always think of this place as my inner safe place. So I'm really,
yeah, this really is all about me today. So just keep that. So, thank you.
I don't know when I came here, I started reading, but many, many years ago, and it does feel like a second home, it always has. And I just think Cheryl and Veronica and Irene and all the teachers in the community have seen us through the best and the worst times in our lives. And I don't know how we could have pulled through COVID without the Zoom online, and how Cheryl pulled us through those days. And the darkest periods in our lives and the best periods in our lives have always come down to this heart space. So, I mean, the infinite gratitude is unbelievable, and will continue to be a beautiful place, but it's amazing going in day by day, minute by minute, unravels. Thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you. And what's really incredible is that we're not leaving where we're moving to is in the family, right? Like, how could this be any more beautiful? Melanie opened a space 7 years ago. And, you know, who knew that we needed space and that it was going to be right in the family. So we had the most beautiful conversation quite a few weeks ago. Did I miss anybody? Yes. You got it. We had the most beautiful conversation quite a few weeks ago. Sure I do. We were both crying when I asked if we could become a part of her beautiful space that she's created. So let's do another chant and then we'll go back to talking about me. Please feel free to sing along. This is for you.
Om Namo Lakshmi Om Namo Lakshmi Om Namo Lakshmi Om Om Namo Lakshmi 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 Mata comes to me. Mata comes to me. Mata comes to me. Mata comes to me. Namo Lakshmi Namo Lakshmi Namo Lakshmi Om 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 Namo Lakshmi Mataji comes to me. Mataji comes to me. Mataji comes to me. Mataji comes to me. Oh, I sing. Come out to play my OG. Oh, I'm waiting. Come on, let's play. I'm ready. My daddy comes to me. 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 Oh, Lakshmi. Oh, Lakshmi.
Asha, is always to open up new beginnings. And coming into Lakshmi for prosperity and things. And this is prosperity right here. This is what it looks like. Right? Hearts coming together that have done really good work together. And that stumble and fall and trip and scream and yell and all those things, which is what I love about that chant. It says, come to me, bring me to you, like somehow get me to you. because I want to know what this universe that is so awe-inspired is filled with, and this is what it looks like. You know, I was saying in class the last couple of days that actually today I was doing a lot of memory lane. If you were in class with me today, I was doing a lot of, you know, like funny moments when the police department moved in. Yeah, funny moments. You know, when, you know, the lie detector, the metal detector, whatever was out there. You know, there was when the bars got put up on the bathroom, you know, windows, we couldn't escape. It was really odd. It wasn't the police department, but anyway, that. Right, and when the nursery school came in here, you know, and it stopped being quiet in here, or when the Pilates place had their music like, and I was like, you know, and then all of us who have continued to come all of these years, and I laugh because like people like you and I walk past like garbage that's out there and just a disaster, and I compare it to the children that are so happy playing in cow dung in India. That's what we've been doing. We've been playing in cow dung. We're so happy. And that means you're my tribe, you know, because we don't have to have, however, it's going to be gorgeous where we're going. It is gorgeous where we're going. The energy is gorgeous. We don't have to have something that is breathtakingly gorgeous because we are radiant. Because what we do in the world is radiance. And we step into it. Matt Blackfin is like, take that inner radiance that you are and spread it, pour it, give it to the world, and don't be shy. So I wanted to, oh, this is perfect timing that Meredith, don't shut up. This is my one contribution to the chant today. Some of you might know this. And if you know it, just join me, okay? Let you know that it was a phone call. I don't think she's really real because I haven't heard anything about her since. But I had a phone call from an angel who told me that she loved class with Margie so much, but that she couldn't come back because the building was so bad. She was the one that changed my mind where I wasn't going to hang in here any longer. I knew it was time to go. And it was that the next moment where I contacted Mal, to the next moment when I had a beautiful blessing from Chaya, beyond beautiful, to finding out that the town approved this building to come down. And each one of us have this gift that the universe has got our back. And we keep talking about the fact that the minute we lock these doors for the last time, the building's just gonna go down. I didn't even need it anymore. It's just going down. Oh, yeah. so many of you, like I said, have been taking pictures. But I want to hear more from you. What else?
Yeah, so it occurred to me the other day that the most significant people I have in my life, outside of my immediate family, are people who I met here. And the significance of having met those people, and in conjunction with the teachings that have been delivered by people in this community through training, through class, have enabled me to find a comfort within myself that I've struggled for years to find, and found it before I even had found it. And so I'm grateful for that, and all the connections, and the way the interactions that I have in this place continue to enrich my life, enable me to see possibilities and ways of thinking and being that I never thought were possible. And I'll always be grateful for that. And will continue to enjoy being part of a community that nourishes that in me and everybody. Yeah, I think. I don't speak for other people, but it seems that would explain why we may be here. So I want to say thank you.
I laugh a little bit because not many, but a couple of people have been like, oh, Saddle River's. And I'm like, for me too, sister. My commute has been 3 seconds for 22 years. But whenever I would travel for a teacher, I would travel far because it mattered to me. Actually 15 to 17 minutes from here. It's our new location for me. Some of you are doing happy dance closer. Some of you have come all the way from like Ringwood or Edgewater, or, crazy places. Usually when Eileen and I hang out, which is a lot, she comes and picks me up because she likes to drive. It has nothing to do with my driving. She just likes to drive. And so the other day we went to her, and I'm like, what? She lives far away. You guys have comfort. Yes.
Okay, well, I could talk about all the stories because I just love coming here to hear the stories, but I think it's 2004, I came here, I just got through cancer, and I remember I came because someone's like, oh, you gotta go to a real yoga studio. So they told me, I kept saying, naturally, how do you spell that? Why? And I came here, but you don't kind of like, right? Like, why? Okay. So I showed up here and I remember that you came and adjusted me. You're like, whoa, what? You went right to the spot. You're like, oh my God, what happened to you? And
maybe in my early years, I guess. What a mess we had.
Long story short, this one I've known my entire life. She walked out of here and she's like, I don't know you. I don't know who you are. I'm like, no, you do know me.
I know.
Remember that? Judy, right? She was so funny. Since we were kids, little kids, right? We knew each other. So then anyway, long story short, whatever, I kept coming, and then all of a sudden, I don't know who cornered me in the bathroom to go to the yoga training. Like, yoga training. I was like, it's Matt that's here. I need it. So the funny thing is, my whole life I tried so hard to get out of my career. I'm like, this sucks. I don't want to do this anymore. Long story short, I come here. I think it was, I don't know, October or something. I go, this universe shit works.
October.
You again. I did my job. I did a different job. I think I had it here. And then by the end of that week, I got hired as a school teacher. And I go, oh, I guess this shit really does work. And then I got 200 trainings at the same time. Yours with school. And clearly I needed this to survive that. I'm not the average person. Anyway, long story short, but then, long story short, long story long. Thank you for adopting the dog, because you adopted the doggy. And I was at a Harvard Day for me when I had a gift card, but I was the best thing. And the other thing is in 2017, I was diagnosed again with cancer. And Cheryl did the most beautiful, I wanted everyone's energy. So now I'm totally in. I'm like, I'm in this universe shit. Cheryl did this whole, your mother's birthday was the day I had my surgery. Yeah. Didn't even know it. That was the day it was scheduled. And did this beautiful thing for me. And so I'm not more grateful than ever. So namaste, Om Shanti, thank you.
You're the historian.
So I found you through the yellow pages.
Okay.
So that was all about. Well, predate myself. I was a Bikram junkie, and on the physical level, I perfected it back after 3 years. I looked in the mirror and I said, I'm done. Like I walked out in the middle of the class and said, I'm done. But I knew there was something else. I went home after that class and opened up the yellow pages and I found you. Crazy. And then I have this girl saying, I know you. So I'm like, I guess this is my place. And I mean, I can't even elaborate on how much interconnectedness that I needed to be here.
That's what's so beautiful too about so many of you who, whether you went through training or not, you've gone out into the world and taken these teachings and shared them, and that's the whole point. That's why we opened this studio. We didn't open it because I knew anything about yoga. We opened it so that we could begin this chain reaction. And I was just gonna say, Judy Porter makes me laugh every time, because when we used to be 55 people in here, she would come in. The only time I would ever say anything is if there was an argument. I would walk up and say, like, we don't argue. We can do that, just move over. But Judy would be like the person who would walk in, you move, you go there. Right.
You know how, like, you know where you are when something happened, they said you remember where. So I was president of newcomers, the year of September 11th, and I was there with Mickey Harkin. My neighbor is about to open a yoga studio. And very, very soon after that, I moved here. This is my home. And I made so many decisions in here, or the universe made the decisions for me in here.
Yeah.
And back again.
Yeah.
As a doctor, I talk about you all the time. My teacher says, to India. I quit my job once, and the first time I ever did a headstand in here. I was tortured for like a year. I shouldn't. I didn't lose this class.
Yeah.
And Sunday, she's all right, we're turning around and doing headstand. And I go, oh my God.
Yeah.
And I go, this paper went through my mind. I went, you can do this, you can do that. And I wrote my resignation.
Wow.
Abby came to you, she's not even remember, but Abby came to you one day and was talking about social work or something, and conversation behind the scenes was you need to talk to Melanie and you need to meet her and paths across, but that's maybe yours.
Yeah. This is the spiraling, this is the rep, It's do you want to tell them how you met me?
To the world. You're not singing.
Yeah.
Nice segue with the love.
Yeah.
Over there. So now we're all gonna sing it to each
It's your love. 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 Your love.
You guys let me hang. Startled.
It's easy. We got this. It's your love. When I'm running out of hope, it's your love. And I got no place to go, it's your love. I've lost control. Your love. Your love. It's your love. And now I'm running out of love. It's your love. And I said enough's enough. It's your love. Lost sense of touch. It's your love. It's your love. Oh, 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 it's your love. I'm feeling all alone. It's your love. And I got no place to go. It's your love. When I'm losing control. It's your love. It's your love. It's your love. When I'm running out of love. It's your love. And I'm scared enough's enough. It's your love. And I'm falling out of touch. It's your love. Your love. Oh, 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 my, oh, my. I want love. Oh, my, Josh, I baby, ma. I want to love like a love like you. Oh, my, Josh, I baby, ma. I want to love like you.
Saying this, you know what's up. Everybody else, this is the part. You look around the room. Well, let me preface. So, Durga, invisible goddess, easily. Thank you so much for everything. Oh, could you do this for me? Whatever it is. Thankful, grateful, in need of. However, if the person right next to you, as we've all been saying, that has actually continuously helped you through every day, helped you through every joy, every sorrow. The gratefulness is for the person right next to you, and behind you, in front of you, and so we all know the words. It is in English. And we're gonna look around. For example,
It's your love. 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 It's your love.
when I'm feeling all alone,
It's your love.
I had no place to go.
It's your love.
When I'm regaining control again,
It's your love. It's your love. It's your love.
when I'm running out of love,
It's your love.
when I'm getting nothing up,
It's your love.
when I'm falling out of touch,
It's your love.
it's your love. Oh my. Oh, don't
No, no, no.
oh my.
Joke about this all being about me, but at home it is all about me. Everybody knows my birthday is in September, and every now and then they have his birthday. It's too in September. But it really is about the teachers that are here, and it's always been pretty incredible that when a teacher comes from outside of here and wants to teach here, there's no space because nobody leaves. You know, and then some people come back. So there was a couple of teachers that couldn't be here today, you know, and sending their messages. So they are here, obviously. I wanted to thank each and every one of our teachers that have spent endless hours of giving. You know, we joked a little bit about COVID time because I'm saying this in a really good way, that when we finish teaching class, often a lot of students come to talk to us.
Mhm.
And in the beginning of COVID, it was like, bye. But that's the endless hours that these teachers give, you know, and not just here in this space. And I think Jen just left, but the amount of time that she spends talking to people outside of here. She has like almost every student that ever came here, their private cell number. I don't know. Right? I don't know how she does it. And she was somebody who walked, I wish I had said what she was still here. She was somebody who, when we opened, you know, I was joking this morning in class, like, not only, you know, did I open one business without any business background, but I opened a second business without any business background, you know? And she walked in here and I'm like, I need help. And she walked in at that immediate moment. It's like, and she has been endless. You know, she's the mayor of Naturally Yoga. You know, she's also that one person, and again, we don't do it much, thank God, but if you gotta roll your eyes because somebody's asking you to extend their class card for the 50th time, because they've gone on a lot of vacations this year and couldn't get to class, you know, and you're just like, you can roll your eyes at her, and she'll roll them back, but you know it's with love. So it's these teachers have to be clear that that's what this place is. And that every time that somebody will take a class or, you know, they're outside of here teaching and we just have a flavor about it. We have a certain flavor about the way we teach here, you know, and mostly because it's surrounded with bhakti, mostly because it's and fun. You can't come here if you don't know that. You got to leave if you're too serious. There's somewhere else to eat. Anybody else want to share anything?
I want to,
Lisa?
So I started coming here through family yoga, my two boys, and my older son has always been on more of the reserve side. And we were 2 or 3 classes in, it wasn't even that long. And we were finishing up class, and on his own, walked up to Cheryl, started a conversation with her, asked her about something, and I was just blown away. And I remember saying to her that she was projecting something to him that he felt safe, he felt comfortable, and it made it so easy for him. And fast forward a couple of years later, I myself was struggling with the yoga community and where I was and my place in it, and I was about to screw all this yoga stuff. And I stopped and I remembered that, and I came back here, and it made all different.
Thank you. So beautiful. I love hearing these stories. I really, again, a lot of you have been sharing them, you know, throughout the last month. Just I forget some of these stories, you know.
I never tell you mine.
Oh, yo, yo. Okay.
Oh, you're right here. So being in that church for the first time with you and not knowing anything about yoga except for 1 or 2 classes I took before that, I actually had an out of body experience. I actually felt myself come out of my body and look around the class, seeing everybody's clothes back in the body. And it just freaked me the hell out. I said, this is what yoga's about, huh? I was not on any drugs either, by the way. But yeah, it's kind of messed up with it.
Yeah.
Never happened again before.
Yeah. I have the funniest story that I taught at the Unitarian Church for 4 years before we opened this. So it was like 1996, 97. And I remember this one guy from his company in Ridgewood brought a whole bunch of people to take my class. And one night he came in completely drunk. And I was like, oh, you know, had no experience with that. So not being drunk, but in the class. Let's go. So he walks in and he starts to do the practice. I'm like, I guess I'm such a new teacher that I really didn't know how to handle it. Like, maybe you should leave, sir. I didn't know what to do. And so it was so funny because he fell asleep instantly. He started to be like a down. And then sleep right away. And then when everyone was going into Shavasana, he woke up. It was good. He behaved. Then I was like, oh.
So I really wanted to say something about bodies and love and spirit. And there's something about the closing of this studio, which I was here when it opened. And the reason that I met Cheryl was because I had just given birth, not to be too personal, but I had 2 C-sections and then not a C-section. And I felt like I needed my body. I felt like I was like so raw, and I started taking yoga with Cheryl. Long story short, I have been in and out of the studio, but I've always been in the formless aspect with Cheryl and with the studio. And I was thinking about how we all sometimes mistake the form of something for the spirit, but what's really alive for me and what I have watched you all grow more and more into is the inside. It's the spirit and it's the love. And there are so many times that you don't even know about that I have reflected that this has been like a mirror where I've thought to myself, how do I need to grow my love more because of whatever was going on with me coming, not coming. And there's just an interior journey that happens too. And that I just want to say that I always have been, and I am on this spirit trajectory with you, no matter where you are. And that I hope that I can bring more consciousness to that as you move into your new space, and that what really is such a gift is that you are all love, and you spread that love, and I feel that love, and I just offer it back to you.
Thank you.
Wise words I don't always want to listen to.
Yeah.
So you helped me find my voice. So I don't know if you remember, but gosh, it must have been like 2010, 2011, you asked me to teach this super here.
Yeah.
And I had some group. Well, it must have been 2008. I just finished teacher training.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't teach, but I don't have to do it. And you said, I'll do it with you. And then about 2 weeks before, you said, okay, well, I can't do it with you. I am the job. You said, I can't do it.
Oh my God. That's like put terror into people.
But it's been great. And we did it a couple of years, and then I remember my first time teaching here. I was in the Friday 8 a.m. class. Jen was teaching it in the very, very beginning.
Okay.
She wasn't feeling well one day, and she came over and she whispered in my ear, and she said, "Will you do it?"
Yeah.
And then after that day, she said, "Oh, you can just come. I can't get up."
I'm back there anymore.
Oh, I can hear it now.
Thank you.
Building is crying.
I was also, thank you. Again, I don't remember that at all. Yeah.
And my very first time here was, of course, my bully, I know.
Wow.
When I think it was like 2000, well, it used to opened in
2001.
So it's 2000.
So beautiful, so beautiful, so beautiful. Speaking of the league, I was thinking about Diane Liberty this morning because she used to teach Monday night. She was such a fabulous, very beloved teacher. And she called me one night, or I don't know, texting, I don't know when it was. And she said, well, we have a pretty bad leak. And I walked in and it was streaming. And she's like, step your right foot. Class wasn't changing. And it was literally water falling over there. And thank you for playing in the countdown. Came here 9 years ago for the first time. A friend introduced me and I did the Groupon, and I came a lot of times that month. I was in a very dark, depressed period of my life. I had lost a job. My mother had Lewy body dementia. I was not good. And yoga was something I had really, my sister does yoga, but I was never very interested in it. And came here and like stuck with it. And it was just, Cheryl was amazing. And, you know, she listened to some of the things going on in my life. And it was the one thing that I could clear my mind with and not think about everything that was going on and everything that was bothering me. So I stuck with it. I don't come often enough, but I try to come as much as I can because it is the one thing that still clears my head and makes me feel like I'm not worrying about everything that's going on.
You can't stop teaching, Cheryl.
No.
He doesn't like any of the teachers.
Yeah. I just have to drive further, but I don't know. And I also, which was great. She's become very. Yeah, the friendships, right?
I feel like a newbie compared to all these people who have been with you all these years.
50 plus, 60,
yeah.
70, yeah.
Some people, like, I don't really know. I've never quite good with the left and the right. I've got a lot of skills in other areas. So many headaches when I came out of yoga. I kept looking up to see what everybody was doing. I couldn't do anything. So I said, why don't you try it here? And the minute I tried it, nobody was to see what I was wearing. Nobody cared if I was left. The important thing is I was comfortable.
Yeah.
And it gave me the confidence. And not know anyone. I didn't care. Everybody was just so welcoming here. And I really have never done the yoga with you. I've been with
I know. You will in Ireland.
and yeah. Well, you know, I did ask.
6 o'clock in the morning yoga?
Well, I just asked her.
So funny.
I have to get back.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank
But
you.
it's such a welcoming place. And then the pandemic hit, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
It's just stayed with me, makes me smile, and I still want to do it and don't get it.
That's right.
Looking at me.
That's right. Yeah. That's part of the magic here, right? Is that we don't even know our left from our right. I wanted to also share with you, I have I don't know, this is just pretty incredible to me that, that, so Sunny Leone was my first landlord here. Some of you have heard the stories this week about him. I'm not gonna get into that, but within the first day, he kicked us out, and then, I gave him a gift of an eye pillow to calm the fuck down. Although I didn't say him like this, I didn't say that. I said, please take this with an apology. Can we start over? But my second landlord's name is Peter, and like I have a third landlord now, which bought the building. That's why it's gonna be torn down and made into apartments. But I've been getting text messages and calls from Peter, and he's been saying how much he's always loved my family, and how that he met me 23 years ago, which the other day, but I think we met 22. And that he feels like I was his sister, and that he never had, and he loves my daughter and my husband, my grandchildren, of course, my son. I mean, this is my landlord. And if it wasn't for him, and I bring it up because it's all part of this energy that has been pulsating at such a high level, is that we would not be here today if he hadn't supported us through COVID. We would have had to close. And Nectar Cafe would have had to close sooner if he hadn't supported us through. And he just, I don't know, he fell in love with us. I don't know if he thought we were like church, was afraid to go again. I'm not sure if I was thinking, but really love this podcast. So a shout out to Peter. Yes, yeah.
Don't come here as often as I want, but it's great. And it's the energy of people. But also not just for me, but for my son, Daryl. We've been through difficult times. Sorry. My son wouldn't talk to anyone but Cheryl. So it was quite amazing. He's doing much better, and I told him that I'm coming to. And he said, "Son, Cheryl, my love." Thank you.
I've been very grateful for those of you who shared your children with me. I see such a profound light. He's an incredible.
I just say one more thing.
Oh, by the way, Joy was the one who did all these beautiful art.
Wow.
And for the longest time, yeah. Yeah, we used to get the leaf on the tree, which we're so grateful for too. And before you speak, I just want to say, Joy came to me and said, "Can I draw Ganesh on your wall?" And I had no idea if she was a good artist or not. Like that could have been like a cartoon character or something. Like I could be like, "Oh, we got to paint over that."
I was using that corner. And the fact that you just went, yeah, I have to whatever. And I said, how about a Ganesh? And I showed you a picture. And that freedom has, I mean, I've been a muralist before, but something about doing these walls just upped my game. And I was able to bring it to a different level. So thank you. Just said go for it.
We've been trying so hard to think of how to take them with us. And of course, my personality goes, "We could do that." And he's like, "You cannot do that." So we have actually, is Sue still here?
No, Josh.
So Sue Cangello had Joy do that for her, and she's gifting it to our niece too now. I know, so that we will bring Ganesh with us.
The other thing I tried to make sure that we get good photo collection. And we can march.
Yeah.
Already working.
Yeah. Anybody else before we do a chant? Yes.
I wanted to share, this is the first place I've ever done yoga. I actually came in, my husband and I used to do yoga here together. It's very beautiful, and my children as well. And I was never that. And whenever you saw me, you used to say, "You're the bird that leaves the nest, but you know when it's time to return." And that has stuck with me. And I carry you because I feel like we're gonna go as a result. And because it's so big. You need it. And all comes to you. That's all we do forever. And it's really big. Day, if you don't carry that. No. Why hang out? Yeah. And you gave me my own mantra that I actually think. Right. For my whole life. And it's been like really long time. Oh, you taught me how to teach yoga to children. I brought that to thousands of children. But your love is what makes. Yeah. Yeah. It's a new thing.
A lot of English in this. I'm gonna read it. See how this goes. Look. At the end, I'm gonna play the same thing over and over until everybody starts singing. So we might be here for a really long time if you don't start.
Ring, 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 da, ring, 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 hum, hum, swa. After all the embers have gone out, and the dust has settled down, nothing but smoke still fills the air, brings upon a silence everywhere. Cold begins to creep into your bones. No, you can't do this alone. Senses are impaired. Time to find the darkness everywhere.
Om Krim Kali Jaye Namah. 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 Kali Krim 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 Krim
Hum, hum, swa. Your voice is lost from calling out. You notice no one else around. Something comes about to catch your eye. Brings a sudden lightness though you cry. The warmth begins to seep into your glow. You find you've got some room to grow. The lesson has appeared, but turned to ashes, blossomed everywhere.
Om Krim Kali Jaye Namah.
Om Kali Kali Namaha. Om Kali Kali Namaha. Om Kali Kali Namaha. Om Kali Kali Namaha. Do we have to say goodbye? The mother time. Saying all things and how we have to say goodbye. Now, see ya some other time. Singing all things and how we have to say goodbye. Yeah. Singing all things and how sing all things, all things, all things. Say goodbye. Yeah. Saying all things. We have to say goodbye. Yeah. Some angels hit you deep inside. I'm awfully grateful for this ride. Cling, 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 cling. Swat.
Just to reinforce the environment that set up here and show through your teaching, one of the things that sticks with me in classes is coming to class. No matter what state I'm in, I can just be where I am and find a transformation. And then another aspect is coming to class and we'll be doing something and you'll say something like, you know, go into side plank, lift your leg and step it forward. And I'm like, what? And then I actually happen. Like, that's one example of like, go ahead, stand or any other thing where there might be a part of myself that feels limited, that I can't do something. And you made a space through your own role modeling of, I want to say, empowerment and doing hard things, everything that you manifest. And the way that you do it with so much love, you have been a huge role model and setting the environment for us to find out that we can do things that we never imagined we could do, whether it's on the yoga mat and then taking that out into our lives
and I'm very grateful. So when the songs were like, what was it? Thank you and I love you. It's like, yeah. Right?
I just want to say thank you also for your courage and your wisdom and your softness and also your hardness. There was a moment when I was confused and you said, meditate on that. And I appreciated that you didn't coddle me. You showed me that I could find my own strength if I wanted. And I'm just so grateful for you and for all that you bring, for all that you create, for the blessing that you teach us, for all that you bestow. And I bless and we bless your new beginning, our new beginning, and any new beginning that you ever desire.
Yeah.
Let it be.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, now I have to introduce all of you to all of the people that are behind the scenes, but Sasha comes and she takes almost every one of my classes. And she then puts it on a reel with music and my voice. And I don't even know how you do what you do. And it's like, she makes me look good, like I did that.
Like, I'm a good sister.
Thank
Okay?
Stepped in after Josh just came home during COVID and helped revamp a lot of the things that we were doing. Like I said, I was never a businesswoman, so helped to put the website together, and she stepped in and just has ever since been such an integral part of getting the email out, getting beautiful messages, and just she outrageous as well. And then shout out to this guy.
Yeah.
Honestly, that you guys see it, so it looks like me. Everything looks like I'm doing it. It's like, so many of you are
He's
saying.
giving out the real wisdom, right?
He honestly is, to tell you the truth, Bob. I'll be.
I have to be careful when I say things to farmer because I was planning on using it for a workshop. She uses it in class.
Like, teach on this. What's interesting about this? Very great. And of course, grateful for my team over here. I could be more magical. Again, I always wonder, how does the universe do what it does? And Veronica and I had a little conversation about this, and I know that you have a story about that too, but that I always thought the universe had everything planned out for us, and then, that he was going to meet her at some point and just had to take a little while, blah, 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 blah. And then I was like, how does this even happen? And it's like when you open up to it, when you allow yourself to open to it, you receive it. It's not like the universe has it planned. We still have freedom. We have freedom to make choices, to turn left or turn right, to make a left at the traffic light because there's a train in your way, and all of a sudden there's naturally yoga and you come in, right? So, this is the blessings of the universe is when you open yourself up. When I said we're leaving here, the universe went, okay, here we go. You ready? Here we go. I don't want to cut anybody off. Does anybody have? Sure.
Nancy sends her love, just can't be here.
Who does?
Nancy.
Okay, thank you.
I believe we're staying opening up.
Who?
Carol. I believe what you're saying opening up.
You what?
I believe in what you're saying as far as opening.
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
I was ready.
yeah.
Did you hear me chat and hold your hand too?
Yeah.
It's actually funny because since they were together, they hit each other now. Lisa reaches out lovingly to, but to him, she's. No. You would bring your hand up. And send blessings out. And you shine like diamonds in the sky. Everyone of us, everyone of us shine like diamonds. Everyone of us, everyone of us. And shine, 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 shine. Want to take those hands to these hands. We have some thought for you. If you have a nut allergy, you will die.
Go back.
There's some photos and things that are not planned to come with us to the new space, so if anyone is interested, it is.
Yeah,
our
go check
gift
out
to
that
you.
back room.
So if you wanna check out what's back there and,